And thank you, sir, for being here. Thank you for your time. American energy is needed now more than ever to heat households, fuel the economy, and power our nation, our allies, and the entire world. This is my humble opinion, sir, that President Trump knew that better than any other president in my lifetime. And I say that because he established an oil and leasing program in the Anwar, which is estimated to produce 10.4 billion barrels of oil. That's a real number that's needed, not just for us, but for the entire world. Sir, yes or no, are you familiar with the Tax Cut and Jobs Act?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Then you should be familiar with the 2 lease sales mandated by the TCJA, one lease sale by December 2021 and the other by December 2024. You should also be familiar with your department holding the first of those 2 mandated lease sales in January of 2021. Within that same month, Joe Biden delivered on his campaign promises by ending oil and gas production with Executive Order 13990. I'm sure you're familiar with that as well. The executive order abruptly placed a moratorium on oil and gas leases and production in the Anwar, thus placing America's way of life in the hands of our adversaries. During a nationally televised debate, Joe Biden said, and I quote, "No more drilling on federal lands. No more drilling, including offshore. No more ability for the oil industry to drill." Promises made, promises kept. He is now the president, and now I believe him if he said just that. America produces the cleanest barrel of oil and gas in the entire world, and rather than keeping jobs here, Joe Biden would rather choose to buy dirtier oil and gas from Iran, Saudi Arabia, where I spent 2 years deployed as a combat veteran, Russia, and Venezuela. When we freeze out production in the Arctic, Russia, over the course of the past few years, has tripled their production in our region. Again, we are going to get oil from the region. The world is going to. The issue is, are we going to do it, or are we going to let our adversaries do it? I want to follow up on a question from Representative Garrett Graves earlier, and the question was about a notice to leases published in August 2023 that included recommended rights as well vessel mitigations, which you said the DOI has not rescinded. And my question is this: will DOI rescind the notice to the leases, and if so, sir, when?
Well, first of all, thank you for your service. And
Thank you.
I would also like to just mention that we are producing record amounts of oil right now. 13.1 million barrels a day in August. That's the most ever, and that's more than Saudi Arabia is producing. We're also exporting 4 million barrels a day, so we are providing quite a bit of oil to the rest of the world. I think we're about the 3rd largest exporter right now.
But we were the first, and by the way, we should be the first, and this is not addition by subtraction. I mean, we can literally produce 10.4 barrels of oil more, safer, and cleaner than any of our adversaries. I understand maybe being leaders in certain categories right now, but sir, I'm talking about American excellence. We can do way better, and we need to do way better. And for the record, for the next few years, as the global population increases, we are going to need more oil, not less. And I'm not talking about the champagne problems that we have in this country. I'm talking about the world. I am talking about Africa. I'm talking about Asia. So while I hear your point about us being leaders, whenever we have policies like this that are reducing the number of barrels of oil by 10.3 billion that we can produce with our own producers here, with our own workers, cleaner, better, and safer, that's just unacceptable. It's just not going to work. We should not be capping our own best interest, especially when we could feel our allies in the world. And if we're not paying attention to what's happening right now with Russia and with the Ukraine, I'm telling you right now that Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping and these leaders and these dictators can really care less about how they feel about climate. They are trying to grab land from our allies. They are trying to usurp the United States as being the monopole. That's what's happening, and this administration is letting them do that with these failed policies. I would implore you, sir, we have got to continue to push the envelope, innovate our way out of this, and the best way for us to do that is for America to lead in energy and oil and gas production. I give back the rest of my time. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.